What's happening, guys? So as you can tell, first time Inzer double prong user, the struggle is real trying to get out of the belt. This actually is not my belt, this is my buddy Gillis's belt. He was there at the same time as me and let me use it, so thank you very much again, Gillis, for that. Really appreciate it. As I mentioned previously, my belt is getting too loose and I've already drilled a new hole in it. I don't want to do another one, so I got to get another belt, but it's going to be a while before I get one. So in the meantime, it was cool to have this belt, and actually the same type of thing happened on Wednesday, which I'll talk about here soon. But what I really want to talk about this video is my transition period I'm in right now to the next block, and we actually are going to go ahead and move forward with some kind of heavier intensity work and kind of like a 5-3-1, not the actual 5-3-1 program itself, but a DUP style of 5-3-1. So right now I'm in a bit of a pseudo taper like I talked about last week. So the weights are still heavy, but the volume has been decreased quite a bit. I'm only doing 2 or 3 sets here this week of everything. And I'm telling you, I am feeling amazing. It is amazing what a little bit of a taper can do, even if it's not a full taper, to kind of get you back up to speed and feeling good. Because about 2 weeks ago, I was dying and just absolutely destroyed, and now I feel like I can squat the world right now. So I feel really good, and I talked about possibly doing a 500-pound squat soon, and I'm thinking that's going to happen. I will probably be doing this little transition period for about 2 weeks, and then we'll start getting into some conservative maxes to move forward with the block. And in that time, I'm hoping that I can hit that 500-pound squat. It should be there, it really should. I mean, mathematically, it's definitely there for sure, and I feel like I've got it, but you don't have anything until you totally wrap it up. So I want to get that monkey off my back, get that done, get that in the books, and be happy that I finally got that 500-pound squat, because that's a pretty big milestone. I mean, that's a pretty darn heavy squat, so I really want to get that wrapped up, and hopefully I will soon. And I will kind of talk about potentially even doing a live Periscope on that. If you guys are on Periscope, it's Colin DeWaay, it's just my name. I haven't done anything with it yet, but it's there, so I will hopefully be doing that as well. Then Wednesday, I met with Kevin, who actually saw my video about wanting to get an Iron Tanks belt, and he actually said, hey, I'll sell you mine for really cheap. I hardly ever used it. If you want it, you can get it for cheap. And we met so I could try it. It was a large, but unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit too big. I mean, right now, as I'm using it during this video, it's like a perfect fit, maybe like a hair loose, but it's pretty good. But it's already on the very last notch, and I still have about 10-11 pounds to lose before I get where I need to be. So it will be too small or too big moving forward, but I really appreciate that. And he's actually being a really nice guy and letting me use it in the meantime until I do get my new belt. So thank you again, Kevin, if you see that. Really appreciate it. I got so many awesome people at this gym that are always looking out for me, so I really appreciate you guys very much. I mean, so nice to me, and I've done nothing to deserve it, so I really appreciate it. And this way I can kind of get used to the Iron Tanks belt too before I get the new one. So should be good. I like the feel of it. Definitely a lot more support than the one I have. The other thing I want to talk about, maybe you've noticed if you have a really keen eye and you pay close attention, but I haven't been able to brace in terms of keeping my breath throughout the entire range of motion of these lifts this week, because I actually saw the eye doctor, and for you guys who've been along with me for a long time, you know that I've had some eye surgeries within the last year, and I was kind of having some complications with it. It's not really a big deal, but he told me that I got to be careful with my powerlifting and doing the Valsalva maneuver, because it puts a lot of pressure on my eye, and kind of the blood vessels that are starting to kind of creep back in can kind of be irritated by that. So he told me I need to take probably about a month and make sure that I'm kind of making sure I breathe on the way up. So it's amazing. You don't think it would make a big difference to hold your breath all the way throughout the entire range of motion, but it definitely makes a big difference. You can definitely tell. So I'm kind of fighting that a little bit, but thankfully, like I said, I feel so good that it's not a big deal anyway. I mean, I'm hitting some weights here, like I was doing 440-pound squats for triples on Wednesday, and they felt like nothing. They felt like butter. So definitely feeling really good. If I do that 500-pound squat, I definitely will have to do a good brace just to make sure, but I should be fine. I mean, I was doing it before and it wasn't really a big deal, but he just kind of wanted me to be a little bit cautious, but nothing major should happen no matter what anyway. It just would kind of prolong the healing a little bit, but should be all good. If you guys did miss the video that I did about bracing and how to properly brace and why it's important to brace, I will link it on the screen here. I will do a card and probably an annotation at the end, and you guys can check out that video. There's definitely some information on there that a lot of people don't seem to know, and it can really help you become a lot stronger and more powerful through your lifts. So check that out. And that's all I got for this video. Stay tuned next week, and hopefully I'll be making that transition to hopefully doing some conservative maxing and go from there. Alright guys, talk to you later.